Hey, it's Dan. So midsummer now, how do things look in the Portland market in terms of houses coming onto the market, houses selling, sales wrapping up? Well, some good news. The number of homes hitting the market is actually up versus May of the same year. And of course, it's up versus June of last year, which is to be expected. But they are up from May. This is good news again, as we've had such a tight housing market and housing shortage. More houses hitting the market means more selection for buyers, and maybe it will help calm things down a little bit. But what about pending sales? Well, pending sales are actually down in June of 2021. They're down about 4% versus the previous month, and they're down just over 3% from June of last year. Now, before we start to say, hey, maybe this is evidence that the market's hitting a big cooling period, let's bear in mind that in June, the governor in Oregon reduced or eliminated a lot of COVID restrictions. And I have a hunch that there's a lot of people in June and maybe here into July and possibly August who might step back a little bit from the market that they planned on being in because they just want to get out and go do other things and enjoy summer in a way that we haven't been able to do for about 2 years. So whether the drop in pending sales is a trend or not, it's a little too early to tell. Closed sales, to wrap things up, are also up in June versus May and April of this year. We can't really compare them versus last year because, again, COVID threw those numbers into a loop for a few months. But closed sales were up last month versus the previous few. So to summarize, more people are putting their house on the market right now. We've expected this because A, it's summertime, and for a lot of people, the the house looks nicer, the garden looks nicer, and for those who have little ones at home, they're no longer doing school at home and work at home right now, so this is more convenient. And also, there's more freedom, fewer restrictions, and so forth. All of this is to say, however, the market's still pretty doggone strong. I probably could have just made a video that said the market's pretty doggone strong and saved you a couple minutes.